Hi, salam, hola, bonjour. Welcome to Life Means Go Forth, Life Forth on the Daily. I'm coming to you with some LMG daily topics at hand. I've been sitting back. I've been watching parts of the news with my clients and so forth. And I also have been paying some attention to my YouTube creators and then going back and using Google but Google's tools, because when you go into these search engines, whether you're using Bing, DuckDuckGo, Google, or whatever, you're still going to be able to go into these sites where you know that you can find out true information, like using an atlas or going to the Britannica for certain topics, Webster's Dictionary, Black's Law Dictionary. There are so many references you can use with that particular search engine. Um, so shout out to the YouTube creators. Shout out to the YouTube creators. Excuse me. There are a lot of creators out here doing their thing. They really are. I mean, they're being able to devote themselves daily to their particular website or channel. So shouts out to them. Shouts out to them. And the ones who get it in once a week, once a month. Shout out to you guys too for staying consistent. Sometimes you have other things to do, but you still want to come in and show your face and give your subscribers and your followers time and express yourself and speak some truth, some knowledge. So that being said, moving on, we're going to be discussing a few topics. And these are things that I've been seeing over the internet. And I really want to give my opinion, my reaction to these things. I'm not so savvy with putting up different clips as I speak of these things at this moment. Um, so, first topic of discussion is going to be, as always, keeping it moving while knowing and finding out who you really are. Care to know who you really are, especially if you have children, so they know who they really are. Um, as a young child, I realized a lot of things and I asked a lot of questions. And I used to come to my grandmother and she would say, "You acting like you've been here before." And I would wonder, like, did I? You know? And so then I started realizing that some cultures believed in reincarnation. And the more I read, the more I started learning different things. So my vocabulary would expand and I would, ask harder questions. So that being said, I would hear the adults talk. So when you ask questions, a lot of times you're going to get that one particular adult that's going to keep it real with you and tell you exactly what's going on and what it was and what it is. And on my dad's side, it was my uncle. So he was just one, you know, on that particular side. But my mother had a few on hers. So knowing who you are is very important. I share these topics so we can know who we are and research what tribe you are from, because you are from a tribe. This is hands down. There's no way around it. The truth is the truth. It's going to come out one way or the other. So you might as well, accept it for the people who really, has gotten comfortable being called black, void. Um, I knew it was something else behind it automatically because my grandmother would and my grandfather, they would refer to other Niji or other American Indian or indigenous people as colored. They rarely would say Negro. They would pretty much say colored. They would not say black too much at all. You know, you might hear it once after somebody else has said it, and then they'd be like, yeah. But if they're initiating a conversation, it'll be colored. So moving forward, um, I was looking at the voting rights, and these are just things you can reference from NOLO when it comes to law and legal questions. You can go on nolo.com or you can go on Cornell University or you can just put it into Google. Now, if you get Wikipedia, I wouldn't I wouldn't even bet on that at all. You know, not at all. So when it comes to these things, or you can go to actually uh, law.gov and it'll give you a whole list of different things and definitions and references. Each state, you can go on virginia.gov or va.gov. Most of them probably give you veteran affairs if you go on va.gov, FYI. So, that being said, also, when the civil rights, well, before the civil rights movement, um, our people were considered color, Negro, or Indian. When I was referencing laws, I didn't see black at all. I've said this once before, I've said it twice before, and I'm saying it again. When I looked at the definition in different uh, engines and references from Webster um, to Black's Law to the Encyclopedia Britannica, and I saw how it says void in absence color. So when I was looking at TikTok and I saw the creation, the video creation of the pastor saying the same thing to his congregation, I said, now look at this. Time has evolved because I would hear Negro in the church, never Indian. I would hear colored or black folk. So I was like, well, some are teaching you the right way and some are not. They're just letting you continue with the facade. Um, so that being said, we're gonna go to a different but topic. But before we go to that different topic, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna give you guys a proposition. The first person The first person that can look at a law and see that that law also includes BLACK folk, individuals, commodities, however it is there, references to me, and I would cash up you $20. The first person that can find that for me, because I haven't been able to find it in 5 years. And at one point, I was going to Strayer University and studying criminal justice. But when Trump said what he said, and after I saw my people getting killed, and it seemed like they was getting any justice, I was like, how is it you can tell blankly what is really going on and what happened and how it went down as a civilian, as a regular member of society. And these people who get paid to do this is overlooking it or covering it up or whatever is going on with the situation. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I just think about how many times we have to come out of our pocket with stuff. And I'm like, we should have no problems. We should have not a one problem in the world. Money is coming out all areas, even the wazoo. It everything we do, unless you just told it off the grid, it takes money, currency, or a bartering system that you have established with that other person or that corporation or vendor or whoever. So the first person who was able to find me that reference to the color black, I'm cash apping you $20 on the spot. Okay, I appreciate it. Okay, moving on to the next subject. When this was happening, the civil rights movement and the push for equality and being integrated into schools and all of that, we were given an option. And that option was supposed to make things better for us. The right to vote. The right to vote was supposed to give everyone that is born on the soil better options. It did not. It did not. You are going to tell me that a person is looking at over 20 different charges, gets to run for president? You're going to tell me that a man that has done nothing too much for the people of color that I have researched and I don't see it. At one point, he really didn't even like us when he was younger. And I voted for him. I did. I helped Biden get in by the Electoral College, looking at my vote amongst millions of others and making a decision to put him in office. And look where we are, inflated out the wazoo. So, that being said, if you do not know how to get in contact with the commission's office, the election commission's office, please inquire. And we know that Columbia is the capital of South Carolina. Well, yeah, Columbia is the capital of South Carolina. I've been looking at stuff that has Charleston, so please forgive me on that one. That was kind of like a little brain poop. But anywho, um, moving on, we are going to need to start researching stuff. Take time out. If you can't get it right then and there, call somebody and ask somebody that you associate with and say, "Do you know this? I wonder who can find that out and research that for me." We're going to have to start thinking smarter because we have been working harder. And as a collective of darker skin tones, now some of us are moving, but do you really know how to reach back and help a person that looks like you move? Seriously, seriously, seriously. Y'all, let me tell you something. It's not as hard as a lot of people make it, but when you start really looking at that person that you select life and understand their scenario, what got them there? How did they get there? Sometimes it's something simple and people flip out and you're like, boy, if they had my issues, they would really be messed up. When the voting privileges came into play, that made it easier for you to lose your land. If you want to know, you can go to the Voters Act. You can go to um, the Civil Rights Movement, 1866, Civil Rights Act, 1968. And when you see black, let me know. And any laws that are upheld for us. Before United States was created, America, oh how beautiful. We didn't have to worry about voting and losing our lands by taxation. We didn't have to worry about a whole lot of underlying that people didn't tell us and use it against us by design. People will put you right in harm's way and not care for profit. For profit and privilege. They look like you and me, and they don't. We have to figure out what we can do to move forward as a collective. If I ever have said that something at a time in my life was crunch time, It's been crunch time, but I decided to take time for family. Now that I don't too much, have to worry about so, so many different aspects of my family and the members, I wouldn't mind, honestly, worrying about them, but two of them are gone. So I know they are all right all the time. Even though you miss your family, your people, your loved ones, you know they are right. They don't have to fight this fight of life in so many ways, in so many perspectives. You have to fight that fight of life. And with life, it becomes knowledge, lessons, learning new skills, figuring out new secrets, good days, bad days, money right, money low. So I also come to find out that internet is a blessing and the internet cannot be one. You have to be very careful. There are some very good people in this world, and there's some very bad ones. I want to give a shout out to the people that came out earlier today, and I had a situation. And let me tell you, the community showed up. They showed up. It was raining. They paid attention. They was like, oh, it had stopped and started drizzling just like misty like. And the assistance, it warmed my heart and it made me realize like we got a chance. We got a real chance. Getting a little choked up. But anywho, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Okay, now we are in 23. This is probably going to be a half hour, you guys. So, the next topic I want to go into are the people and the children that's been missing. There is a missing 411 website. I think it's like Where Am I website. Um, or you can just type in missing children and go to different topics and missing people. Please be aware when you are traveling. Let somebody know when you're traveling. Family members, you can actually get on the web and say, hey, we're traveling. You know, we do have this tool now that um, has really become, and I knew once they start saying, we're gonna video, we got a video recorder. I was like, oh boy, It's a lot about to be uncovered. And I think this was in the late 80s when um, we got the hint that those recorders was actually going to be coming out on the market. And it was the early 90s. Yeah, it was the early 90s. Then I got my first camcorder, like the big one, and it had like the front camera piece out, and you hold it up like that. or you, or you put it pretty much put it on your shoulder, or you had the one that had the little thing, and you had to like hold it and go around like that. So, um, yeah. That being said, I knew a lot was coming out, and the truth is coming out. People are video recording these events and know that it's actual proof when this goes down beyond a reasonable doubt. So whatever they gonna try to throw at you, or no, you can't record this, that, and the third. I think someplace I've heard in the Midwest of the United States is trying to do that. Tell people that they can't record when the person is interacting, or they see a crime, or an event is happening to where it needs to be witnessed. That recorder is a witness. It's speaking for itself. It's in action. As long as you have commercials, TV shows, all of this other stuff, you might as well go ahead and let that photographing, recording, and everything else happen. Because it is what it is, it's going to happen. So, that being said, moving on to um, a lot of these people have been coinciding with their newfound, well, it's kind of hidden, but the information has come out for underground tunnels. A lot of underground tunnels. Man, I'm like, y'all been hiding all this stuff. Come on. I've been waiting, y'all. Okay. On all honesty, this may turn into a 45-minute video because I've been waiting all month to let this out, to just research, and I research different people. I don't stay with the same person and say, "Oh yeah, I researched because I heard such and such said." No, no. I pray on it. I sleep on it. I wait for the Most High to speak, the ancestors to speak. Then I go back on another video. It may be that same person, different person at that time. Then I go into my Google. Then if I have something that's similar to it in my documents, I go into my Google Drive or what have you and get it and pluck it from there. So that being said, it's unreal how much stuff is kept from us. It is absolutely unreal. I mean, it got me stuttering over my words. It's unreal. And I know that they keep us so busy because we have to pay so many things and work so hard, to where a lot of us don't have the time. We can't, if we do have the time and we've been working and moving on, it's not that much time to research and study. So you have to get it and go. So that being said, yeah. And on TikTok, I watched this lady and she was like, I'm going to put, because I was just wondering what the hell is going on, quote unquote, in those woods. So she was so funny. It was funny, but it was serious, very serious. And that's what made the video even more intriguing because she was able to be funny and serious at the same darn time. So when I looked at the map and I saw how it coincides with the missing people and the tunnels, it's like this. You can actually take the people that was missing in the underground tunnels and do this. And I was like, what? So after that, I go in underground tunnels. And that's, when I had found out about the catacombs and the all the other places, and I was like, are you kidding me? And the tunnels that they have found in the Grand Canyon, and I was like, but they was exploring this in the 1800s, and this is 20 what? Just hiding stuff. Like, come on, man. Dang. We pay y'all to hide stuff from us. We're paying you to inflate us. We're paying you to poison us through our food and everything else. Whole manufacturers have been shutting down. Why? What gives you the right to play with our lives like this? And a lot of us still have babies. So you're playing with their lives as well as our lives. And then their babies they're going to have. Moving on. But one thing I do know that also to a different topic, sometimes we need to have that patient teacher. Eventually, it's going to pay off for that instructor, that teacher, that person to actually show you how. You can be grinding so doggone hard, and it can be just one little thing that you haven't incorporated into your grind. Now, bada boom, bada bang, it'll make it easier. Y'all splitting the profit, breaking bread. I mean, they're so, and then you get that benefit of the doubt, like, shh, look at that. I blessed someone and they became a blessing to me. I started cranking that wheel for them and I let go. And they still going. They still moving. You know, and when I watched Trap say that same thing about the people that he taught to invest, I was like, yeah, that's what's up. Pat yourself on the back because you're making people's lives move that's able to afford it. You really are. And that's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, we've had Black Wall Streets, but before Black Wall Streets, we had us. And we were all right. Now, You always got them infiltrators. Sad but true. Gotta watch out for them. But still, yet, we did it. We did it so well, they just start savaging us, ramshacking us, and taking stuff. Straight bullying, stronghold, gangster, like just taking stuff and killing people because we were so good at what we did. They couldn't take it no more. Time for that is stop. Time for that don't stop. No more. We can't be doing this. We can't be repeating the same vicious cycle. It's getting us nowhere as a collective. So, that being said, moving on. Now, when I was riding through, my town, and I was looking at the businesses on our main strip, and I turned around and I looked at the other side, and I was like, did I fall through into another dimension? Or what's happening right now? So when I started taking the photographs, I realized this is opportunity. How do I get there? How are you going to get that opportunity? There's so many opportunities out here. You have to know where to go and how to get them. And you have to be willing, you know, to express how it happened. Moving on to another topic. There is nothing wrong with side hustles. Not at all, especially if they're legal. There's nothing wrong with side hustles. Not at all. This day and time, you have to have a side hustle to either tread the water or stay above it. Um, so when you're investing, I've learned that it's best to invest in things that's going to appreciate, not depreciate. I see, once you get it like that, you can do what you want. But in building, it's best for you to invest in homes, land. Then once you are where you are, cars, anything else that you want to invest in that's going to possibly be appreciate, like silver, gold, copper, things of that sort. Um, Last but not least, I want to recap on this record breaking show that I saw. I have to go back to this because this is what I'm talking about right here, y'all. How the truth is going to be coming out. I told y'all, the truth tellers, the chosen people, the spiritual individuals, everyone that believes that we are created equal under and in the eyes of our Creator. Is going to be coming out with some things. And he did it. Oh, going Katt. He did it. Kudos. I will say kudos. Kudos, Shannon, Sharpe. Kudos, Katt Williams. I was like, I had so many different, just laughing and all. I had so many different phases of emotions to go through me while watching that segment. Um, he was very articulate. He was. He was very genuine in his delivery of those gems and bombs and everything else he was dropping, honey. Um, I think Shannon conducted the interview well, very well, very, very well. He did a very good job as far as his experience as well. But y'all, Katt blew the lid off that mug. Mm, I tell you, when I looked at this 8 days later, when I looked at those views and those views said 50 million, I said, okay. But he said at the beginning of it, he said that it was going to be out of this world. He said that. And I tell you, if he did not predict what it was going to be, now, when I looked at that number, I said, we got to beef up security. When it's that many, when it's that many people watching your segment, when you see fans, you think of just regular people liking, a celebrity or this, that, and the third. There are some diehard fans out there, crazy diehard fans out there. I'm like, you did this instead of running for president? We need somebody like Katt for president. honestly, honestly, because it's time to start being real with the people. We've been living the illusion so long, and it's just like, it is completely messed up. A lot of people train of thought, they really can't step out of a system that keeps them oppressed and suppressed. I made that decision every way that I was going to find to be able to get up out of this loophole, this deadly loophole of draining your energy, stressing you out, pumping you with all different types of pills and all of that. I was going to do it. And I'll be doggone, so far, so good. We have to come to a point in our lives where we realize this is my body. The Creator did not create you to create me or to rule over me. He created me to have a purpose and move forward in my life and watch me do it. That's why He created. for us to live and be happy amongst each other, flourish amongst each other, not be going to war with each other or keeping your foot on somebody's neck. So we have to come to the understanding of us as collective. We have to know who we are and stand on that. We have to know that we're here for a purpose and stand on that. I remember one time somebody asked me, "Do you think that you're better than certain people?" I told him, "Yeah." He said, "What?" His face wrinkled up. I said, "Yeah." I said, "Look over there. Look at those people standing there and doing nothing but soaking up time. They hadn't come over to ask anybody, do they need any help? They haven't, you know, said anything about how we can work smarter and not harder, come up with a game plan." Now, if that was me, I wouldn't be standing over there. I would ask you, "Do you need help with this box?" Like I'm about to ask you, "Do you need help with this box?" This is a big box. So you're going to need a hand truck. This person was going to deadlift this huge box by themselves. And I was like, "No, that is, you were supposed to have been trained on the correct way to lift things." Anyway, by watching the video. Now, those are the people that I really didn't understand. Now, you getting a trainer and you're watching videos, and then you get out there and you don't know what to do. I've been put in places where you pretty much training yourself and you have to figure it out. But it wasn't lifting, huge boxes like that. That box was half his height, and he was going to deadlift it and put it on a pallet. No, that's don't do that. So we have to think, we have to really think and realize, because right now I have on black and silver. You see this color? Black and silver. You see my face? I am really copper color. I am a part of the Cherokee tribe. I am a part of the Sioux Nation. I do not need any more documents to tell me so. But with this world that we live in, I know that I will need those documents at some point in my life. But from where my grandmother and my grandfather, my mother's parents, and their parents originated from is Cherokee Nation. So, with my grandfather being born in 1910 and my grandmother in 1913, that lets me know, furthermore, that that was the reason why they was calling everybody color. And also, it's also the reason why I am not black. I am indigenous to America. My parents are indigenous to America. My name is Lady Means Go Forth, and I am an indigenous American. This has been Life Means Go Forth. Life means go forth on a daily, every day. Peace.